Oh, there's an oh, what is it? Is it an owl? No, I thought it's an owl. It's okay, let's get in there. Let's get in there. It's the squirrel on top of an owl. Ah, it just made me so excited. It knows. It knows what we are looking at it. Look at this. 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 How beautiful, cleaning his tail. Oh, Mr. Squirrel. Mr. Squirrel on top of an owl, cleaning his clothes, cleaning his tail. Mr. Squirrel is a very clean squirrel. We love you so much. We love you so much. All right, that's Mr. Squirrel. Let's give some, sorry for my hand. Let's give some privacy to Mr. Squirrel. I want my songs to be heard. So yesterday I watched this, or I didn't watch it. See, I've just made it up again. I didn't watch it, the woman. Yesterday I read about this woman who's been painting her apartment, council house apartment, for the last 30 or 40 years. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine like living in a house for 30, 40 years and then you paint it with oil paints? Like every inch of the house has this beautiful artistry, animals, skies. It's just like she made a heaven for herself in her flat. And she was showing to I think it was in a BBC internet page, and she was saying she wants people to see it because when she's dead, it's all going to be covered with white paint because council is going to cover it up. If it were me, I would have turned it into a museum, because imagine like somebody's life work in a house. You would want to turn it into a museum. It's like at the museum of whatever her name can't be Samantha. I was going to say Samantha. She's like, she can't be Harriet, but maybe a Catherine. No, just like, she can even be once a Chantal. And then she was like a really religious person as well. And she said she painted all of it just by thinking peace and love in her heart. It's beautiful. So I write things. There are different aspects of course, writing. And for a few years, I wrote all these songs. And then now I have a punk rock band. And last year we recorded 5 of the songs. We haven't mastered it, I have to admit, but they sound really good. And what is a mastering? Only £30. And before mastering, perhaps it will need, so we will want to think that, oh yeah, it actually really could, if we're going to master it, then we can just do it with a new mixing. And then it's like every song is £100, or mixing is sometimes 150. So every song is £200, and there's 5 songs, it's £1,000. Currently, I don't, like, I'm thinking about, like, I'm going to cook for my friends tonight. Then he asked for me to cook, not tonight, tomorrow night. And he asked me to cook sea bass. Because like 10 years ago, we all gathered in where I was living there. I was living with my friend Sarah at her house. So it's kind of like, I was a lodger. And she had this beautiful house and very chic decorated farmhouse kind of style. And there's a fire, and I made sea bass for everyone, and I made hummus. I really like hummus, and I don't like the hummus I buy it outside, because I like mine with less of lemon, and that reminds me to buy some garlic and all the rest of the ingredients. I've already sorted out the chickpeas. So I made this, and since that day, that's his favorite thing. And Our other friend, she's his Chinese origin, Alan, and he cooks great Chinese food and dumplings, and I love the way he cooks. Like he does this banana uh, banana leaf, fish and rice. It's amazing. But yeah, so he ordered some sea bass for me and a hummus for me and some dumplings and stuff from him. So yeah, that's what we're doing almost every time we got together. One or the other of us cooks for Craig. But he knows everything now. So I'm gonna leave in a few minutes. I hope you have a good day. I don't know when I am re-uploading, but yeah. So stick around, I guess. Yeah, so it's kind of nice now because my boyfriend is not here, so I can do this. I guess. Oh, I guess my point was, okay, let's just come back to that conversation. My point was, I don't want my songs, I don't want my writings to be like that lady's walls. You know, when I used to paint and I lost most of my paintings because I didn't have a place to put them. And like I was moving from house to house and studio to studio. I was studio surfing. I didn't pay studio rent. So people were giving me space from their kindness. So Alan used to paint in a space like this and he said, oh, come and paint with me. Like, and I literally turned his space into a dump shit. Sorry for my language, but it was just like because all the ideas were coming. I just wanted to paint and do, and then I ended up with so many paintings. And then when you move, when you don't have a place, so that's what that's one of the things about like, yeah, being an immigrant somewhere and doing everything on your own, and you can't really rely on your friends too much. You kind of really need to have your own space. And I got divorced and I didn't have my space. See? So what ended up happening is most of them found their places in the skip. A few friends rescued a few big pieces to hang under their walls. So I didn't realize how valuable they are, I guess. Well, the pieces I saved were like just big roll of canvases at mine. Now I have a place that I've been in for a few years. You'll see it, even though it's like it just looks like a student house. Like, but even though I'm saying my heart is sinking, but it has been such a great place for me. And I moved there, and I had my own place, and you know, it's when you're on your own in a country, and you're on your own. And you can't find work sometimes, and because I couldn't use my diplomas here, so no, I mean it just doesn't matter my diplomas. I couldn't find work with those diplomas in Turkey either. And it's not about diplomas. It's not about university degrees you have, is it? It's totally not. It's about how much you understand human nature, how much you understand what's happening, what's the game that people are playing, because everyone is lying. That's the game. Everyone is lying, and we're trying to understand why they're lying and how they're lying. So what is the main idea or the purpose behind that lie? Everyone lies. And it's not like everyone lies once in a moon. Everyone lies all the time. Most of our conversations are around lies, and we try to pick up truth from them. And until I understood that fact, and it was all like downhill, because you're just going to an interview. I'm just telling the things their truth according to the questions, interview questions. Interview questions are not designed to they are not asking what they're asking. They are designed to get something else out of you. It's like you come having every meeting is every human interaction is there. It's designed around getting something else out of you. And for a very long time, and I thought it's like, oh, they're manipulating me. Because once you start realizing that everyone is lying and everyone is doing something, and you're just giving them something unintentionally, which is not directly asked, but it was asked in an indirect way. I felt for such a long time that I was manipulated. I was manipulated. It's not, and you are being manipulated, but that is the nature. So the less manipulation I can do in my own environment and be direct with people, it's better for my own mental health. If it's the mental health in that way, or better for my own, like, oh, this is the way I want to play my game. But you don't have to. But people don't play it in that way. I don't think I want to eat this cheese anymore. I mean, I think I like to have it with the cabbage. It was delicious. Do you know what? I'm not going to put any edits and fancy things and the coffee cup stuff. I know that's great. But what I might do is I might try to bring a microphone with me to record the sound. The bird sounds so wonderful. This is my boyfriend's house. You know what is funny? About, like, I was doing flyering job for a gym. I was walking around. It was like a £10, £10.50 per hour. Because I want to do art and I want to write, I want to make music, I want to make podcasts. And so I realized with the 9 to 5, it's like I've never worked in a 9 to 5. I worked in the like a 8 till 10. I couldn't find a 9 to 5 jobs either, but it's just like selling yourself with an hour, like, because you can put so much value in there and no one, it felt like no one appreciates it. So I thought I'm gonna have a go myself and see if I can do it. And my drive is art, because I was so wounded, and art is the best thing to cover those wounds. Don't judge me. Anyway, I even thought at some point I was really good. And that's the thing. That's the whole. So what happens is, you are good. It's not just good. You are extremely good, because that work comes from God. And you can say anything about God. You can say he, she, you can say plural. You can say like the universe, you can say the consciousness. I don't care, but it is there. And it's in us, it's in me. You know it. You know it so well when it comes through you. That's why perhaps Bach was so religious. That's why so many artists are like either very attached to spirituality or religion, but not religion in the sense of the institutions, because they are not, because the institution has their purpose Institution is a manipulation organization. Institution wants something from you, but the force comes out of you. So, and the force does it. Force paints it. Welcome to my morning coffee. Yeah, I totally forgot where I was. But I'm gonna go for my meeting. Basically, I'm trying to make it so it's a very try. See, it's just like a try. Until it happens, you try it. It's not like I'm making it. I don't know if I'm making it. It's somewhere in me, deep in me, it just like wants to scream. It's already done. This is just the work that you got to go through. But like the days like last night, yesterday, I was crawling over the walls. I was crying because I uploaded 2 songs to BBC Introducing. And they listened to it like it twice or 3 times in each song at different parts of the UK. And they don't play the songs. And I listened to those songs again and again yesterday, and I cried. I cried so hard. I cried my heart out. It came out, literally. And it stood in front of me and it cried with me. Because the songs are good. Because they're made by the force. They're pure, they're real. The lyrics are real. The melodies are real. The music is beautiful. And yeah. And I don't play it. It's like whatever I do. So my paintings are amazing. But there's something about it. People don't buy it. People don't put it. When they see in person, they're like, oh, it's just like either too much or too little. But they came from the forest. So I've been sending my music to, I've been uploading my poetry, music, and to BBC Introducing. So many of them. I've been writing applications, and it just like things go wrong and nothing's gonna accept it. Nothing's getting accepted. And I'm wondering, last night I thought like there must be like somewhere a curse of the evil eye, the star of the evil eye that circles around me like a unlucky clouds. And I thought, no, even if they are now, I can see they are opening up. So my music and my words and my voice can go out. But it's all of us, isn't it? Like yours and your friends. I guess one thing really wonderful about this social media channels is totally my fault then. And I do wonder sometimes why I keep thinking it's my fault, but when things don't go somewhere, when you just like have a pile of stuff in your hands, like Yes, I've tried it. I tried it, and then are they like, what questions are they really that bad that you don't play any of those? Oh, what is it? How much of it do they listen? Or how much of the music nowadays are, or how much of the readings and the poetry nowadays are just repeating themselves, that people only look for something familiar or something patterny? Do they not? I mean, it's too much to ask from someone to listen to a whole song. But give it a go, give it a minute at least, and see the evolution of the song, because I hear the songs they play. I'm like, oh, don't do it again. You know, there's a song, this song, the same song has been produced over 2 million times, and you're putting it out there again as a new song to me. Don't. And that's the door for me to go and knock, because that's what I've been doing since the beginning of my time. I'm coming up with it. This is what the force wants me to do. Will you show it? Will you play it? Because it's unique and it's different. It's got to have a familiarity in somewhere, but can you just please listen to the lyrics at least? But that takes time, and that takes involvement and engagement. It takes investment to listen to the lyrics of a song, to listen to the whole of making of it. It takes engagement, and a decision with 3 seconds is not engagement. It's the familiar feeling in somewhere which has been lived before. And from that familiar feeling somewhere lived before is not going to come something new. Thanks for listening to my rant about my songs. My songs are great. Yes, of course I'm doing them live. And we're so good on live. We're so good live. So whenever we play with other bands, they're like, oh my God, where have you been hiding? Like, this is so good. I'm like, yeah, it is. Because our stage is good. Because it's from the force and it's real. Van Gogh only sold 1 painting in his life. And his brother saved all of his paintings. Because you need someone to save what you produce. I guess you can stay like in the digital environment. You can just put it into a little SD thing, and then you can bury it underground. No, it's not. That's such a horrible way of thinking. So I'm going to turn this off, and yeah. Thank you. Like, really, thank you. This is my good side. Really, thank you.